A Tale of Two Lives, introducing Mr. Gold and Mr. Stone. The city never sleeps, it breathes, it pulses with life. Skyscrapers reach for the heavens, streets buzz with activity. In this urban jungle, two men live vastly different lives. Their paths have never crossed, until now. Mr. Gold resides in a penthouse suite. It's perched atop the tallest building. His world is one of luxury and excess. Designer suits hang in his closet. Expensive art adorns his walls. He dines at five-star restaurants. His life is a testament to wealth and privilege. Mr. Stone calls a modest apartment home. It's tucked away in a bustling market district. His world is simple yet full. Worn jeans and t-shirts fill his drawers. Family photos line his shelves. He cooks meals from fresh market produce. His life speaks of contentment and community. Two men, two worlds, one city. Their stories are about to intertwine. A storm is brewing on the horizon. It will shake their foundations. It will test their resolve. And it will bring them face to face with truths they never expected to discover. Opulence versus simplicity. Contrasting daily routines. Mr. Gold's day begins with a personal trainer. Sweat drips as he pushes through his routine. A private chef prepares a gourmet breakfast. Fresh squeezed juice and organic eggs Benedict await. His chauffeur drives him to work in a sleek limousine. The leather seats cradle him in comfort. At the office, Mr. Gold makes million-dollar decisions. He barks orders into his phone.
Yes, Mr. Gold, I'll get right on it.
His assistant scrambles to keep up. Lunch is a power meeting at an exclusive club. The afternoon flies by in a whirlwind of contracts and calls. Evening brings a charity gala. He schmoozes with the city's elite. His smile never reaches his eyes. Mr. Stone wakes to the smell of fresh bread. The local bakery starts early. He stretches and makes his own coffee. Breakfast is simple, toast and fruit. He walks to work, greeting neighbors along the way. The market comes alive around him. Vendors set up their stalls. The air fills with chatter and laughter. At his vegetable stand, Mr. Stone arranges his produce.
Morning, Mrs. Lee. How's the family?
He knows each customer by name. He offers recipes and friendly advice. Lunch is shared with fellow vendors. Stories and jokes flow freely. As the day winds down, he helps others close up shop. Evening brings a community potluck. He contributes his prized tomatoes. His laughter echoes through the night. Dark clouds gather ominously. The air grows thick with tension. Weather alerts blare from every device. The city braces for impact. Mr. Gold watches from his panoramic windows. He feels invincible in his tower of steel and glass. Mr. Stone helps neighbors board up windows. He checks on the elderly couple next door.
Don't worry, Mrs. Thompson. We'll get through this together.
The storm hits with fury. Wind howls like a banshee. Rain lashes against buildings. Streets turn into rivers. Mr. Gold's power flickers, then dies. Darkness engulfs his penthouse. Panic rises in his throat. He's never felt so alone. His phone is useless. His staff is unreachable. For the first time, his wealth means nothing. In the market district, water seeps under doors. Mr. Stone and his neighbors form a human chain. They pass sandbags down the line. Lightning illuminates their determined faces. Thunder shakes the ground beneath their feet, but they stand firm, united, strong. Mr. Stone's vegetables float away, but he doesn't mourn their loss. He's too busy helping others. As dawn breaks, the storm subsides. The city lies battered but not broken. Mr. Gold emerges from his penthouse, shaken. The world looks different now. Raw, real. Mr. Stone surveys the damage to the market, but hope shines in his eyes. He sees not destruction, but opportunity. Both men stand at a crossroads. The storm has washed away their old lives. What will they build in its wake? Debris litters the streets. The city groans back to life. Mr. Gold wanders aimlessly. His usual haunts are closed. His phone is dead. He feels lost in his own city. His feet carry him to unfamiliar territory. The market district bustles with activity. People work together to clean up. Their spirit of community baffles him. Mr. Stone coordinates cleanup efforts. He directs volunteers with a calm authority. Someone taps his shoulder. He turns to find a well-dressed stranger.
Can I help you?
Mr. Gold stands awkwardly out of place.
Yes, where can I find a working phone?
Mr. Stone sees the lost look in his eyes. He offers his own phone without hesitation.
Here, use mine.
As Mr. Gold makes his call, he observes Mr. Stone. The man's kindness to a stranger intrigues him. He sees the respect others show him. It's not born of fear or wealth, it's genuine admiration. When he finishes his call, Mr. Gold hesitates. He doesn't want to leave just yet. Something about this place, these people, draws him in.
Want to help?
Mr. Stone hands him a broom with a smile. Mr. Gold stares at the broom. It's foreign in his manicured hands, but something stirs within him. A long-forgotten desire to be part of something, to make a difference. He nods and begins to sweep. And so an unlikely friendship takes root amidst the storm's aftermath. Section 5. Seeds of Friendship, Finding Common Ground. Days pass, the city rebuilds. Mr. Gold returns to the market daily. He sheds his expensive suit for jeans and a t-shirt. Blisters form on his hands. But he doesn't mind. For the first time in years, he feels alive.
I see you're getting the hang of it, Mr. Gold. It's not just about the work, you know. It's about lifting others up, finding joy in the simple things.
Mr. Stone marvels at his new friend's transformation. He sees beyond the wealth to the man beneath. They share stories over lunch breaks. Mr. Gold, you know, Mr. Stone, I used to spend lonely nights in my penthouse. It was empty.
And I remember laughter-filled community dinners. It's a different kind of wealth.
They discover shared dreams of making a difference, of leaving the world better than they found it. As they work side by side, barriers crumble. Mr. Gold learns the names of every vendor. He listens to their stories with genuine interest. Mr. Stone shares his knowledge of vegetables, of soil and seasons. Mr. Gold's eyes light up with an idea. He sees potential where others see ruin. A plan begins to form in his mind. Mr. Gold, Mr. Stone, what if we combined our strengths? My business acumen and your farming knowledge. We could revitalize the market, create jobs, feed the community.
That sounds incredible. Let's do it.
Two men from different worlds, united by a storm, now poised to plant seeds of change. Section 6. Learning and growing mutual support blossoms. The partnership takes root. Mr. Gold dives into research. He learns about sustainable farming, about crop rotation and composting. He brings in experts to test the soil, to design efficient irrigation systems. His mind, once focused on profit margins, now buzzes with ideas for community growth.
You're really getting into this, aren't you? It's amazing to see your passion ignite.
Mr. Stone teaches patience, the slow, steady rhythm of nature. He shows Mr. Gold how to nurture seedlings, how to tell when fruit is ripe. Together they plant their first garden. Tomatoes, peppers, and herbs sprout from the earth. Mr. Gold feels a pride he's never known before. He helped create life, not just wealth. As the garden grows, so does their friendship. They share meals and swap stories. Mr. Gold, I grew up feeling so much pressure to succeed. It was lonely.
I get that, but there's richness in relationships, in giving back to others.
Mr. Stone learns too. He embraces new technologies that Mr. Gold introduces. They set up a website for the market, create an app for local deliveries. Mr. Stone's eyes open to possibilities he never imagined. Together, they bridge the gap between old and new, between tradition and innovation. Their differences become their strength, a beautiful harmony of contrasts. Section 7. The birth of a business from garden to market. Harvest time arrives. Their garden overflows with produce. Vibrant reds, greens, and yellows paint a delicious picture.
Mr. Gold, look at this. Our hard work is paying off.
But this is just the beginning. Now comes the real test. Can they turn their bounty into a thriving business, one that serves the community? They set up a stand in the heart of the market. It's a blend of rustic charm and modern efficiency. iPads for transactions sit next to hand-painted signs.
Let's arrange these vegetables with a bit of artistic flair, shall we?
Mr. Stone arranges the vegetables with artistic flair. Mr. Gold creates an inviting display. They named their venture Golden Stone Organics, a perfect union of their worlds. Word spreads quickly. Customers flock to their stand. They're drawn by the quality of the produce and the friendly faces behind the counter.
Welcome. Let me know if you need any help or have any questions.
Mr. Gold and Mr. Stone work in perfect tandem. One greets customers while the other bags purchases. They share recipes and gardening tips. Their enthusiasm is contagious. The market comes alive with renewed energy.
Here's a recipe for a delicious vegetable stew. You'll love it.
As the day ends, they count their earnings. But more than the money, they measure their success in smiles, in the grateful words of a mother feeding her family fresh vegetables, in the excitement of a child tasting a sun-ripened tomato for the first time. They look at each other, eyes shining.
This is more than a business. It's a mission, a calling, and we're just getting started.
Section 8. Challenges and triumphs, navigating new waters. Success brings its own challenges. Demand outgrows their small garden. They need to expand.
We can't keep up with the demand, Mr. Gold. We need more space.
Mr. Gold leverages his business contacts. He secures a loan to buy nearby land. Mr. Stone reaches out to local farmers. He builds a network of suppliers who share their vision. Together, they navigate the complexities of growth. Not everyone embraces change. Some old-timers in the market resist new ideas. They fear losing tradition.
I understand your concerns, but innovation can preserve the market's soul, not destroy it.
Mr. Stone becomes the bridge. He listens to concerns with respect. He shows how innovation can preserve the market's soul. Mr. Gold learns the art of diplomacy, of winning hearts, not just arguments. Slowly, resistance turns to cautious acceptance. Their first setback hits hard. An early frost damages crops. For a moment, doubt creeps in.
We've hit a rough patch, but we can't give up now.
But they rally. Mr. Gold's resilience shines through. He develops contingency plans, creates emergency funds. Mr. Stone's wisdom prevails. He teaches adaptation, how to work with nature, not against it. They emerge stronger, more prepared for future challenges.
We've learned a lot. We're ready for whatever comes next.
As their business grows, so does their impact. They hire local youth, teaching them valuable skills. They start a community garden program. Children learn where food comes from. Families bond over shared plots. The market becomes more than a place to buy food. It's a hub of education, of connection.
Look at this, Mr. Gold. Our dream is becoming reality.
Mr. Gold and Mr. Stone watch with pride. Their dream is becoming reality. Section 9. Family ties, bridging the gap. Mr. Gold's family notices the change in him. His smile reaches his eyes now. He speaks with passion about his work, about his friend, Mr. Stone. Curiosity gets the better of them. They decide to visit the market, to see this new world that's captured his heart.
You must be Mr. Gold's family. Welcome.
Mr. Gold nervously anticipates their reaction. The day arrives. Mr. Gold's wife and children step into the bustling market. Their designer clothes stand out, but the warmth of the welcome envelops them. Mr. Stone greets them like old friends. He shows them around with pride. The children's eyes widen at the colors and scents. They've never seen food like this before.
Look, Mum, fresh strawberries.
Mr. Stone's family joins them. His grandchildren play with Mr. Gold's kids. Language barriers fade as they chase each other through the stalls. The adults share a meal together. Simple, fresh food prepared with love. Laughter fills the air. Stories are exchanged. Cultural differences become points of fascination, not division.
This is what it's all about, isn't it? Bringing people together.
Mr. Gold watches in amazement. This is what he's been missing all along. As the day ends, both families linger. No one wants to leave. Plans are made for future gatherings, for holidays spent together.
Welcome to our extended family.
Mr. Stone's family embraces them all. Welcome to our extended family, they say. And they mean it. Two worlds have collided, and something beautiful has emerged. Section 10. A New Dawn, Unity and Diversity. Years pass. Golden Stone Organics flourishes. It becomes a model for sustainable urban farming. People come from far and wide to learn from them. Mr. Gold and Mr. Stone stand side by side. They teach classes on business and agriculture, on the power of partnership, of seeing beyond differences to the heart of human connection.
Remember, it's about more than just growing food. It's about growing community.
The market district transforms. It's a vibrant mix of tradition and innovation. Old family recipes are served alongside fusion cuisine. Artisanal crafts sit next to tech startups. But the sense of community remains strong, perhaps even stronger, united by shared purpose, by the vision of two unlikely friends who dared to dream. Mr. Gold and Mr. Stone's families have become inseparable. They celebrate holidays together, blending traditions, creating new ones.
Our children are growing up side by side, learning from both worlds.
Their children grow up side by side, learning from both worlds. They embody the best of both. Ambitious yet grounded. Successful yet compassionate. A new generation bridging divides. As they watch the sun rise over their thriving community, Mr. Gold and Mr. Stone reflect on the storm that brought them together, on the journey they've shared. They see not just a business, but a legacy, a testament to the power of friendship, of looking beyond the surface to see the humanity in others.
We've created something greater than ourselves, Mr. Gold, a community united in diversity.
They turned from mansions and markets to create something greater than themselves. A community united in diversity. A family forged by choice, not chance. And as the new day dawns, they know their story is far from over. It's just beginning.